Pratibha did her BSc in biotechnology from Ranchi, and then she did MSc in life sciences from JNU. After that, she did her PhD work at uh, Leibniz Institute of Plant Biochemistry in Germany. Followed by that, she had a position at Martin Luther University, Germany. She has also been selected for postdoc at Dartmouth College, Hanover, where she'll be joining later on. And right now, she is a lab manager in iGenomics at Kuwait. So with that, I'll request Pratibha to start her talk. Welcome, Pratibha.
थोड़ा उसका स्क्रीन चेक कर लीजिएगा, शेयर हो रहा है कि नहीं, वो
Hmm.
हाँ चेक कर लीजिए.
Thanks, Pius, Dr. Pius, for the introduction. So, as I asked you, if you could share the documents which I send you, then the step by step it will help the people to understand. So, just share whatever I shared on WhatsApp to the group, if possible.
Okay, just give me half a minute. I think this Meet is not allowing me to share the PDF. What you can do is you can present it from your screen itself.
It's a Word documents in a PDF format, so
Yeah, that will
yeah, I will just
work.
name it, and maybe then people can see later.
Hmm.
And it means it would be better, but it's also fine if they can see later. So first of all, thank you for your introduction, and also thank you, Sanjeev sir, for giving me platform to share such informational things. So when I was in my PhD, already we had a career orientation seminar. It was a workshop, and this really helped me a lot. So when Sanjeev sir told me about this platform for the seminar, I thought to share my ideas so that the other women also could be benefited, because I personally developed a lot after that workshop. So today I will be sharing a few of the career orientation approaches for the women. So first, wait, I will share. It's visible, right?
Yeah.
So first, in this informative seminar, I will first start with how my career trajectory goes. So I did my intermediate in Baxter. So I did the intermediate in science with the biology, chemistry, and the physics, which is usual for the science students. And then later I started my BSc, and for that, in the beginning I was so I keep my career option for the basic biology as well as the biotechnology, but then finally I choose the biotechnology in Ranchi Women's College, and this was from 2008 to 2011. There along with my course study, I also studied, so in my project work, I worked on L-asparaginase enzyme purifications from Cicer aeratinum and Vinca radiata. So basically, I worked on plant, and then after completing my BSc, I also applied for some of the master examination, but I was not well aware of lots of entrance examinations, because so these are all students which I was in contact with. They wanted to go in a different career sectors like a bank and others. So like here I can see that how Sanjeevani is useful and how this platform is useful, because you can already get to know about the information about all master entrance examinations. But nevertheless, so I tried some of the master examinations, although I qualified a few like KIT, Bhubaneswar. I also applied at that time for master, so the combined JNU master program. Although I was not successful at this moment, and where I qualified, I was not able to take admission because of financial problem. So I thought to take a career break. um, Sometimes people thought that career break is not good, and some of my friend immediately also joined some private organizations for their masters further. But at this point, my personal experience was that we should take a career gap if necessary, some career gap. Like here I can really brush up my knowledge. In this moment, here at this point I joined Sanjeevani Biotech, and I was really benefited by the classroom program and the notes provided by Sanjeev sir. So this really helped me to clarify all my knowledge which I studied in during the BSc. And with the help of notes provided by Sanjeev sir, together with the NCRT, so I always also keep focus on the NCRTs. And then I was able to qualify almost all MSc entrance examinations. So as for example, I qualified Hyderabad Central University as well as Bihar and Rajasthan Central University examination. Then I also had the agriculture biotech MSc entrance qualified, and then the JNU combined biotech. I also have integrated. I also have qualified integrated master PhD program from Pondicherry, as well as the BHU examinations. And but finally, I took admission in life sciences in JNU with the advice of Sanjeev sir, and also some known and well experienced people in this field. So at this point, I really thank that I choose this field, because the life science, here we studied both basic science together with the applied sciences like biochemistry and the biotechnology. And this actually really give me a broader platform, and to apply or choose further different career path for my further career. And then, and also the course studied was designed in a way that I also very easily qualified the CSIR UGC net JRF, as well as other JRF like ASRB net, which is like for agriculture biotechnology. So when I was in my master, I already decided that I will do the PhD from outside of India, and so that I already keep looking for the positions when I was already in my third semesters of the master. So I applied for finally a Erasmus Mundus scholarship program, which was a Indo-European consortium, and there I finally got selected for my PhD position in Leibniz Institute of Plant Biochemistry, Germany. And there I mostly studied on the model system Arabidopsis, and there my main focus in the beginning was to study the function of plant IQD proteins. And there in the beginning I used all the molecular biology and biochemistry as well as protein biochemistry techniques, and in the end it was more focused on the plant cell biology and the plant genetics. And then again here also, when I was in my PhD, at the time of writing my thesis, I already started also looking for the postdoc position. So, in a one way, it was a very critical and hardship decision, because it was quite hard to do both thesis writing as well as position search. But in other way, it was more relaxing for me in the end, when I already had a position before even I submit my thesis. Because in Germany you can have a start. You can start your postdoc even if you have not finished your thesis. So if you are in Indian PhD student, in that case it would be better that if you like in the end of finishing your thesis, then to start for the positions, or if you already finished your thesis, to start for the positions. So there, I already got selected for the postdoc position in the Martin Luther University, Germany, and also in the Dartmouth College, Hanover, USA. However, I finally chose the Dartmouth College. There was a various reason why I chose. Both positions were good, but the Dartmouth, why I choose, because it is advised always in this career by seniors that we should give the diversity in our career. And so if once, so I worked on in PhD in Germany, and it has a different culture, working culture. So it was advised that if you I would join USA, then I will have also came to know about the working culture of Dartmouth of the USA. And then also I tried to apply for bit different positions compared to what I have worked in my PhD. So in my PhD, I worked on Arabidopsis plant system, and in my postdoc, I chose moss system to work. And yeah, so that was my all analysis for selection of position. So then I finally decided for Dartmouth College. And I also so it looks until now my career path quite straight. But although as a female candidate, I also had to suffer lots of hurdles in my path. So when I was already in my PhD, in first year I got married, and my husband is working in Kuwait. So but he is quite helpful in this case, that he allowed, and the family allowed me to do the PhD in Germany still. And but still it was a lots of ups and down, and we have to suffer a little bit more harder time compared to other PhDs in the family terms and the things. So finally we decided that we should do a job together at one place. And since he had already position, I thought to also try some where in Kuwait, and there I now also got few weeks ago, a weeks ago, the lab manager position in the iGenomics. So it is not the plant field now; it is the animal field, and now I have to deal with the human cell. The thing is, because you can see from my bachelor till my postdoc positions, I had the all fields related to plant only. And but I wanted to also, I actually I tried also to change my field from plant to animal, so that in the end it can give me diversity and help me for my choosing my further or getting my final position somewhere. But it was really hard. So this lab manager positions I also get, so I had to quite struggle quite a lot to get these positions also. So basically what I felt that in the end that if we, because when I choose in BSc biotechnology plant field, I really maybe do not think very long term goal, that how it will affect my career, and how easy it will be for me to get the position in academia, to get the position in the industry. Um, and so this was my total analysis, that and also after our career orientation session in Germany, that we should plan our career quite early if possible. And in next slides, I will actually discuss about the tools which we were taught, which could help in the our career orientation. So it is called navigation tools. So it can navigate you to choose your further career. So the very basic and the first step of the navigation tool is to learn about yourself. So how you will do it? So for that, you can first analyze yourself. And so because actually you know yourself better than others, but if you had a doubt, and also parallelly, you can ask your teachers or someone who knows you professionally and personally for the honest feedback. I have provided the PDF file. Dr. Pius will share with you. You can have it, and if you and you can give it to your near and dear ones, or those who know you professionally, and you can ask them for the honest feedback, and it will really help you in the end to understand your quality. So these are actually the list of transferable skills, and I have also shared a file which all possible transferable skills you could have, and you could use it even in your CVs, which will help you really to get the job search. Also these days, when you have see some positions, like they ask for few transferable skills in your CV, and this how they screen your CV and cover letter is some automated machine which just select for or search for these skills, that these skills are in your CV or not. And so this list of skills are really helpful for me, at least when I choose and I get to know which skill I have, and I put this in my CV. So I found that the lots of jobs have the similar transferable skill mentioned. So you can have it from Dr. Pius, and then you will, I'm sure that it will be helpful for you. So this transferable skill which I'm talking about is usually good. So what is good in you? Good things or good skills in you. Um, However, you also need to know about your weaknesses, because that will be also a very important part in selecting your career. Like, as for example, you don't like to write. So in that case, even if you like to do the research work and you don't want to do the writing, then in that case it's not good to choose the career like a postdoc positions or academic career. So in that case you can choose some scientist position in the company, or the things where you can even you can do your research work but you don't have to do the writing. And then next steps of the navigation tools, where you have to ask few questions like, what is your field of interest, what values you want to have from your job, and also as well goals and the vision of your jobs, as well as the working condition, salary, responsibility, and also the people you want to work with. Very important point which I understand um, as a female candidate is we have to also consider in most of the cases the place we will leave sooner or later. So as per example, you are in a master and you know that you are getting married soon, and then you know that where your husband is working. So in that case, if you try to find the positions and try to select so like next career path where you can work and also can live with your family, that would be more better and will give you the smoother path in your career. Also, not only this, also like I want to finally work in India, so I always consider that the career and options which I'm choosing which help me later to get settled in India or not. Yeah, and so beside all these plannings, we still face lots of hurdles. So like a balance between the work and the life. And as a woman, we have to somehow suffer more in this case, that we have to somehow try to balance between the work and life, and in most of the cases or majority of the cases, the life or the family responsibility take over the or dominated on the work part. And also, as per research in from the UNESCO Institute for Statistics from June 2019, it is shown that the less than 30% women shares total research in India. So you can see that if you are in schools, you don't see the gender gap. You go to your bachelor, master, you also do not see very much gender gap, although you see more women than men. And then you go further. So like I was in my PhD, and we were more female PhD candidate in my lab compared to the male PhD candidate. But if I see the postdocs, I see that there were more postdocs, male postdocs compared to the female postdocs. And this goes further, and at a higher and higher post, we started to see less women compared to the men. So this means this gender gap is not only in India, it is it persists across the world. And so the basic reason, which is always in most of the cases, is that in the case of working parents, women leave the science and technology career at a higher rate compared to the men. So yeah, beside all this, but if we beside all this hurdle, if we plan our career nicely, we may have not face more problem, and we could see us settle at a point in our career. So intermediate, I in the new education policies, I just noticed that there are more vocational courses also in the biotechnology or polytechnics. They also included the biotechnology and all applied courses, as well as there are various short-term courses were also introduced. But at this point, I would suggest from my personal experience that doing the core biology intermediate science is better. Don't choose the shortcut path in the intermediate section. Then for the for after intermediate, we usually go for BSc in science, and sorry, you go BSc in science, which is like basic science together with applied sciences also. And then you can also choose the BTechs in science, which is 4-year course. You can go in medical, where you can study medicine, paramedical, and allied health sciences. And this I also see that there are more courses introduced in allied health sciences compared to what we we had the option when we were in the BSc. So and then you can also do the dual courses, which I also see new in this new education policy introduced by Indian government, where you can have the BSc plus B.Ed in a 4 years. So instead of 3 years of BSc plus 2 years of B.Ed, you can directly have the dual degree in 4 years, and then you can start teaching. But at this point also my suggestion is you should do the BSc alone and B.Ed alone, because in that case you will have a still more open opportunity for the further career compared to the dual degree. But if you have like no option and you still have to like do the jobs because of the family region and other problems, and you also have not too much time, that in that case a dual degree is also helpful and you can try. And then this field, which is not very new, but I came to know about this recently, from also from my career orientation program, this BSc LLB, which is also integrated 5-year course for the patent officer. So you can like learn science together with law, and this will help you to become like patent officer or intellectual property lawyers also. You can also join the law officer and the legal associates. And so also you can do the other courses like DD. This is also for the teacher, so the diploma in education, but this is also short-term course which will help you directly after intermediate to become a teacher. Also BSc in medical engineering you can do, as well as in a clinical research. For my point of view, so when I started searching jobs, I see more more career opportunity in the biomedical engineering and the clinical research also. So at this field, if you want to like apply for the Europe or USA also, you can choose this sorry, okay, thank you. Yeah. So yeah, as I was saying, if you want to do like your bachelor in Europe, you could choose the biomedical engineering, because so all bachelor and the master student which I came across in Germany were almost all in the biomedical engineering. So there are a lot options in biomedical engineering if you want to do bachelor in Europe. Also the clinical research, this time it's a very high field for the career search, and the more and more company are providing, so the pharmaceutical company providing the job as a clinical research associates. So if you had the clinical research degree in the BSc, you can have this job, and this is also quite good in terms of the salary package. Yeah, so again, if with these all courses, you can become like teacher if you do the B.Ed. Also you can become the quality control manager, as well as the statistician and the technical writer, as well as scientific assistant, lab technician, nurses, medical assistant, and the dietitian and nutrition also. But if you don't want to go further, you can, for masters and academic field, you can also choose the industry job. For some industry jobs, which was also, so there was a seminar a week before related to the industries in this seminar series, and there he really nicely explained about the industry's jobs, and so the qualifications and the things. So please follow that seminar if you had a question about the industry jobs. So I will not explain very detail about the industry jobs. Yeah, so and then again, some of the students from the beginning are aimed to join their bachelor in Europe or USA. So in that case, you can plan. So for like planning for going in bachelor in Europe, first thing you need to know the language. So you must have the C1 level proficiency. For like if you are going for in Germany, you need to be very fluent in German writing and reading, because at the bachelor level most of the courses will be provided and study material will be provided in German only, and the similar for other part of the Europe also. In terms of financial things, this is a free of cost study, so you don't have to provide, you don't have to pay for the education, but you still have to pay for your own life expenses, and depend upon in which city of the Europe you are, you have to like there is a lots of cost of expenses, so you have to consider this thing also. For USA, there is the cost of education is quite a lot, so that you have to consider. There is not a language problem, because if you aim to go to abroad, you must have also the language, so you know the English. But you can, in this case, you have to qualify the TOEFL, other examination also. So I'm not very much aware about the USA, but yes, there is opportunities in the USA and Europe also for the bachelor courses. And if you plan it, then you have to plan it early at the time of intermediate also, so that you can smoothly run your bachelor's in Europe and USA. Similarly, you can also plan your career after graduation at the time of master. So at least till all female candidate which I know, they could pursue their career till master, so they do not have the hurdle like marriage and the stuff till the masters. But as I say, there is a different scenario. The all girls have a different problem. So in case if you really cannot continue for master, it's also okay to get settled at the after graduation, but it's always better to do the master, because at least the master, because this will really help you further in career. So as I told, for graduation courses, for the master courses also, you can do the master MSc in basic sciences as well as applied sciences. Then you can also go for ME and MTech in science. You can also do MBA at this stage. You can do the go for the medical. So those who had done the MBBS can do the MD and MS, and you can also then do other courses. So if you have a BSc and you want to do separate LLB, then you can do it, and then it further help you to go in some biotechnology company as legal associates. Then you can, if you have this BSc LLB course which I explained in the previous one, you can also try, you can also join the LLM, which is a 2-year course, and this is more like a specialization in the field. Then you can also do the B.Ed and M.Ed. If you have only BSc, you can do B.Ed if you want to become a teacher. If you already had the B.Ed, then you can also try M.Ed at this point for becoming a teacher. And then similarly for the MSc in biomedical engineering, you can do it. It's a 2-year course, and again, if you choose it, you can have like more career options also in the Europe for doing your master. Then it's similarly MSc in clinical research, and also this MBA in biotechnology. So if you do the like biotechnology BSc and the or BSc in biology, and you want to do not want to continue your career in academia and you want to set your business or become business analyst, this would be the nice option. And so at the level of master, for in the abroad also, it's similarly as I explained for bachelor, you have to, for Europe, you have to know the language, and also cost of living. And for USA also, you have to consider your cost of living, as well as your cost of educations. So there are few scholarships also, but the cost of so the total so it's not enough for the total expenses, so you have to also consider these things. Then also with this, you can become teacher. So if you do the B.Ed, you can become a teacher, or you have, if MSc only, you can try to become a research assistant or junior research fellow, as well as you can try to get the position as a project assistant, scientific assistant, lab technician, and the quality control manager, and the statisticians also, as well as technical writer, nurses, and medical assistant, as well as these other courses. So if you see, it's kind of almost same like a bachelor. Few are different, but there are quite lot similarity between the jobs in the bachelor and the master. But so you, at least these jobs has the basic criteria, the eligibility criteria of the bachelor, but if you're a master, you will be paid more, and then also you will have a more experience. And so it's better always to first do the master and then to try the jobs, if you want to not continue after master in academia. Or so then in most of the cases, what I experienced is that my all friends who have, so the female friends were in India, who had the masters in life sciences or biotechnology. I see that the most, like lots of students have to drop their career after master because they got married. And in this case, they have to give the career break after master. So if you already know that you could have the career gap at this stage, then you can plan it accordingly. This career gap could also be because you could not have qualified. So if you want to continue the academia and you have not qualified the CSIR, UGC NET, and other PhD entrance examinations. So I will explain you how you can utilize your career gap nicely, so that you will learn the new techniques and the things during this career gap. So assume if you have not, so if you have a career gap and you know that you cannot immediately join the PhD position because you are getting married or soon could get married, and then once you will join your PhD position, you will have to have this place at in for 5 years. So in that case, my experience says that always try to find some JRF position or research assistant position in good labs, because this will help you further for your career. So this you can have like a good PIs, and he can give you the good reference. This will help you further for your selecting your acquiring your PhD positions. And also, so if you really even cannot join these positions during this gap, you can try to like find some positions where you can learn the new techniques, like and some analytical techniques if you have never used it. So these things will help you to get more exposure about the research field, and this will also help you in the selection of your career in next career path. Also, if you could not join even these two things, my suggestion is also that if you can, you should join some soft skill courses, which is now also available online and many platforms. Also, Pawan Jha sir very nicely explained that how these days these computational skills are needed in the research. So you can learn the bioinformatic related things online, as well as you can have learned some statistical things online, and this will definitely will help you in your PhD and also will add values in your CV. So once you know that where if you can join the PhD and you already have these scholarships, so CSIR, UGC net, you can join some labs, and then you can select your field of interest, you can select your PI, and then can join the lab with the help of this funding. If you have not, you have to qualify this CSI UGC net examinations, also some ISMRJF examinations, as well as there are also few PhD entrance examinations. So I'm not explaining detail because I think Ria will explain more detail about the PhDs, like how to get the PhD in a good institutes. So I leave it up to her. Another thing, if you want to join PhD in abroad, in that case, so in that case, it's again, I'll say that if you have already qualified this GRE and TOEFL examinations, and you already have a knowledge of basic level courses, so you are already prepared that where you want to go, in that case, it's okay that you can directly try for the scholarships like DAD, Erasmus Mundus, and the Commonwealth Scholarship, Wealth Scholarship. But if you have not qualified these examinations, and you still also not um, quite sure that which field you want to join, that in that case also this GRF or research assistant positions or the project assistant position are very helpful in selecting your future field of interest, and your PI, if have the good collaboration with some so professor PIs abroad, this will also again help you to directly know where you can apply, and then you can try for this data scholarship, so you can write directly to that professor that I want to join your lab, and then if he would be agree with the help of that scholarship, you can join directly as a PhD. So in this, yes, it's very necessary in the in terms of PhD that if what is your field of interest. So if you find your field of interest and a good labs and the very reputed labs, you can join. But from my experience, what I feel that you also should really choose your or research about your PI. This is the case for both in India as well as in abroad, since I have not the very so I'm not experienced that how it is in India. I have seen PhDs but in India, but I have not personally experienced. But in personally abroad, what is my experience is that you really need to research about, because I have seen PhDs which are in a very good institutes with a very good field, so the field of so the topic of their PhD, but they even left the PhD in 4th or 5th years of their PhDs, and at that stage they are quite terrible, at a quite terrible position. So really research also about the PIs. This is helpful. It's not the case in all the situations, but it could be the case. So in that case, my suggestion is to really also look for the PI and research about them also along with your field of interest. So what is the career opportunities you get after the PhDs? So you can, if you want to go in academia, you can do the postdoc. You can become, so yeah, join for the postdoc. You can become the lecturer as well as a group leader, professor, and you can also become the academic director, lab manager, and the scientist and the project coordinator also. In a corporate field, you can become the publishing manager, as well as the you can also join a position like a regulatory authorities and the quality assurance officer, patent officers, as well as the risk and the safety managers also. In a government, you can also become the science journalist. So I know the PhDs who are very good in the so they have the good knowledge of science, but they do not wanted to do the postdoc positions in academia, and they join science journalists and they share their experiences, so they're quite happy. So they are saying that they are using quite a lot of experience from their PhDs in this field also. So you can choose if you do not want to go in corporate and academic field, this field also. Then you can also become a teacher, policy maker, as well as a public relation officer, consultant, and then the politics advisor experts also. So in my institute also there was a position of the public relation officer. So he had to, so we all students could directly communicate with him in terms of when we have any problem related to anything PI or something like course or some other problems also. So yeah, so this is also quite nice field you can choose for your career later. Then you can also try to become the entrepreneur if you want to set your own entrepreneurship. So if you have an MBA, this will also help you further in that one. So you can become farmer, artist, as well as a coach trainer. In other jobs, you can try your own NGO if you want to do some social work. Here I will add another one, which I have not added in the slide. So in Europe, in our career orientation program, housewife even was included in a job in others job category. So so it was quite nice. So she explained us that how housewives even could use their experience from PhD to organize her life, and how this helps to like scientifically organize her the career, so the family life compared to others. So this is also a new field of jobs or category of jobs. So if you're a housewife, do not be disappointed. Keep try. You are still in a job. What are the this job portals which I use? So there are different job portals, you can use it, but for my job search, what I searched was or used was this TAIR database. The TAIR database had this news and job menus where you can see the international jobs positions, and then also with the Indeed you can get to know about the job positions. It depends upon where you want to know, so you can categorize in which country you want to search the jobs. Then there is also job search options from the Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So I have not so I have been in contact with some groups where they post some postdoc positions, but I have not used too much the Facebook job search options, but the LinkedIn and the Twitter helped me quite a lot in my job search. In that case, how it helps, so in LinkedIn you can make your profile, and then you can connect with a lots of people which is related to your field of interest. You can also see the different jobs posted, because nowadays recruiter more and more started posting the positions directly on these websites, and then they can also directly go through your CV, can reach your profile and look at if you are eligible for that or not. You can also directly communicate with the professional peoples, and in some case, so in my case, I get this position for the Kuwait iGenomics also from the LinkedIn profile. So we had the so when I found these positions, I applied, and then I directly also talked to the recruiter, and then finally it was more easy compared to the normal recruitment for me in this case. Also in a Twitter nowadays, you see that more and more professors and the other recruiters post the positions directly, and there you can also connect them on your profile, and then you can directly see the activities, you can directly see the papers, and you can know that if there is a new positions are coming directly from this field. So in my suggestion, if you are in a master or in a PhD and you want to go further for the postdoc or PhD position, it's very nice to join these two platforms, because these are really helping in the job search. In most of the cases, we could see that we had a quite major career break after PhD. So as a female candidate, when we come at the age at the PhD, we had like more family responsibility. So most of us married, we have to expand our family, we have more family responsibility, and in that case, sometimes it's really hard to manage both professional and the personal things. Sometimes even so in that case, you sometimes have to completely quit the your further career, and then you some people later join some positions. So either they change their real field of interest and compromise with their field of interest, or they after PhD they just go in the industry, although they wanted to do academia because they cannot continue for the postdoc positions or something like that. So in that case, I would again suggest that do not be disappointed with this career gap, and try to learn the new techniques and soft skill. Try to use this career gap as an opportunity, and do not be disappointed, because as I told it, this as a major more cases, or often people see such things that the women, there's like less gender gap till PhD, and after that suddenly people started seeing the less females in the in postdocs and further positions. So the government and so the Indian and the international, there are Indian and the international re-entry fellowships, which is especially for the women's who had the career gap after PhD or master. So this DST, Women Scientist Scheme, which I came across, was it was also very nice scholarship. So this is for the women who had the career gap after master and the PhD. So you it provide almost 30 lakh grant for the PhD, and around 24 lakh for the at the master level, and you get this around 55,000 per month salary for the PhD, or around 45,000 per month for the master student. Similarly, ICMR Women Scientist Scheme, there also you this is also for the women who had the career gap after PhD and a master. There also they provide the monthly salary of around 70,000, I guess, if I remember correctly. It was 70,000 for the PhD, and 55,000 for the master student. And so these scholarships are sometimes in a different field. So in this case, it was for the natural science also, and in the case of ICMR, this was in the case of health science. Also, there are some international research career re-entry fellowship. So if you're Indian, also you can try for such a scholarship, but for that you need to know your sponsorship post institution. They should agree that they want to take you further for the postdoc positions or not. I have also provided the links there. You can go and you can see the there are a lot more option. Oh, shit. So just in a second, somehow my laptop is switched off. Just will take, sorry for the hurdle. I just take a minute. Okay, so then you can search, so go through this link. I will provide this link on the Word document to Dr. Pius, and you can have this, and you can get to know about the more scholarships for the career break. So you can see here, it's not too bad, or it's not the point to be too disappointed if you have a career break after the PhD. You can use it as an opportunity to learn the new things, and there are still different options to get back to the further research career if you really enthusiastic. So do not keep your enthusiasm up, and do not be disappointed with this career gap. And then so it's not only this. I also came to know, although it's not related to the career break after PhD, this is scholarship, but it's scholarships for women at the other various stages of their career. I like this because these are a lot of scholarships even at the level of your high schools, for graduations, as well as for PhDs, so for master, and these are really helpful for those enthusiastic women scientists who want to continue their career, but somehow they could not because of the financial problems. So personally, I even had a problem during my graduation and post graduation, but I did not know about these scholarships. If I would know that, it would be more helpful. So you can also again go through this link and came to know about, or could know about more detail about these scholarships. So this I found quite useful, and I hope that this will also help you and your new ones. So yeah, you can see that as a woman scientist, we had like sometimes more family responsibility, and because of our marriage and other things, we have like various stages where we have to break our career. But I suggest, and I am saying constantly this, that do not be disappointed and keep your consistency. So if you are in a research field, keep reading the papers, try to get the new skills. Do not really put your self-confidence down, because if you have a consistency and self-confidence, these are really two factors very important key to success. So I can give you some examples which I came across when I was looking, so just in the internet I found so woman who so she's a Fatima, and she had a MA in geography, so graphical engineering something, and she could not continue her career in that because she needed to have this higher, so some more skill refinement for getting more positions in that. And so she finally, and she could not go out because of the family reasons. So she finally chose a path where, so she finally changed her so main goal, and she she chose to become a teacher. And then so she was sharing her experience that when she was in teacher, or she was doing a job, but she was not really happy with the job because she had a different aim. And then she again got married, and then she moved to the another city, and then also now she did not have even her teacher position. So then at this point she really thought that she should give another push for her career, and she should try to in a field she want, and she searched for some online courses, and she found some online courses which further help her, and then she finally get some internship in the companies, and now at this point she is in Berlin, and so front web developer. So at this stage, so with this example you see, so she had a major career gap for years, but she was not disappointed, and she was keep trying, keep looking for the opportunity. She was keep looking for the, like, what soft skills she could learn, and finally she is successful right now. Another example I came across was a lady called Harpreet Kaur in Chandigarh. She has so she is 94-year-old, and at this point, so she knew that she is very good in cooking and organizing the things. So she was talking to her daughter, and her daughter suggested her that so she was with the IT, her daughter, so she organized a platform for her, and now she is selling the organic sweets and the other products like pickles, and she has a good company now. And now at this point there are so many orders, and the company is so much expanded that she has to hire even people. And so her daughter was sharing the story that she was very happy, and now at this point, and very confident. So you can see, you have no, like, there is a never early never late. You can have or acquire your career whenever you want. You just do not have to lose your hope. So keep your confidence high and keep motivating people. So for a girls, what I came across, my personal experience, that when I visited some family and see that the women who are like very qualified and not doing jobs, I always try to talk to them, because sometimes when you talk you came to know about that, see if you even still want to do some courses or something, or if you can suggest and you can motivate them and you can show them they are not useless at this point. Also they can do more and more things if they want to settle in their career, so there is not late. So keep motivating if you came across any such women's, because this is very important for us as a woman to settle in the career beside the all family hurdles and the responsibility. So yeah, this is my suggestion, and with this I'm in a concluding remark. So for orienting your career, it's always that think, analyze, and then plan your career. Also talk to yourself constantly, because as I say, no one is better mentor and guide than yourself. Also be open for the opportunity with a clear basic aim of your life. So I gave you my example. I'm very much interested in the academia, and I want to do my further career in academia only. But as I say, as I told, I also have the family responsibility and the things, and so I also looked at this point for industry's position. So if I will start thinking that I have a PhD and I'm joining the so industry where the similar position is acquired by master, also it's not the same. My basic aim is to serve the society, and so I can also go and the research the things, and to use my knowledge for the society, and then I can use my all skills which I have learned from my PhDs for further in this position also. So if you compare your master students at this position and you as a PhD student at this position, you have more skills. So you have finished your PhD, so this is a journey where you have to face lots of trouble. So you are a problem solver, you have the project management, you know how to supervise the thing, you know how to organize the things, how to plan the like long term plans. Like we in a PhD, we plan for the first year, second year, third year goals of our career. So you are have the more qualification and skill compared to them. So do not be disappointed at this point. Use your skills to get use your skills and to give the better results at these positions. This is personally which I think. And also again I say that do not be disappointed by career gap, and always empower yourself as well as your near and dear ones. In the end, I always say that do not wait for the right time and the right decision. Wake up before you end up on a path and it become your life story. Like if you want to do something, you had a career gap and you still keep saying that I could do that, I could do that, but I had no options. But no, you have an option. You have to try, you have to think, you have to talk to people, and never late. Try right now if you want to try, and then you will see that your life story will change, and you could also become a successful woman beside these all family hurdles and the responsibility. So yeah, with this I will end the talk, and now I'm more open for the questions. Yeah.
Thank you, Pratibha, for this session. It was both informative and inspirational for the female candidates.